This is YB from Relationship Wise Podcast, and I just want to quickly talk about just managing our mental health and stressful news cycles. So obviously we know, the mass school shooting that happened in Texas, the mass shooting at the grocery store that happened in Buffalo, New York. And then some of you as well have been, directly impacted by different violent events, whether you served in the armed forces, whether you've been assaulted, or what have you. And that has a huge impact on your mental health. So at Relationship Wise, we have 4 pillars of healthy relationships: the relationship with yourself, the relationship with others, the relationship with your body, and the relationship with your finances. We believe we can get a hold or tackle to manage well those 4 relationships, that you can truly have peace in your life. But the first pillar is the relationship to self. Under the umbrella of relationship to self, we have to talk about mental health, right? Look at this study, and this is good therapy. But look at this study done in 2013. All right, 2013. It said it looked at the effect of the continuous media coverage of the Boston Marathon bombing. So the reason I picked this is because me and my family did live in the Boston area during the bombing, and I remember it was very stressful. We couldn't leave our apartment. We were on lockdown. I don't even remember how long it was, but you were not allowed to go outside at all. It was very stressful. You didn't know whether the gunmen were in your neighborhood, in your town, or what have you. But here's what's interesting about this article that I want you to look at. It says the results from this study indicated that those respondents viewing news coverage for 6 or more hours were 9 times more likely to report high acute stress levels. Okay. And these people that viewed 6 or more hours, they did not have direct exposure to the bombing. Look at that. So either they weren't even in Massachusetts, they were not in the county area, the surrounding counties. They had no direct impact or exposure to the bombing whatsoever. They just learned about it and watched it on news cycles. And doing that caused high acute stress levels, more than those with minimal media time. So why am I talking about this? So again, obviously we know just the gunman kills 19 kids in Texas elementary school. All right. A gunman kills 10 at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York. These things play on our mind and our psyche. So let's look at this article from CNBC, and it gives us some tips. Let me blow this up so you can see it. This gives us some tips on how to manage our stress during this 24-hour news cycle, right? So number 1, read summaries that don't involve pictures or videos. I would say just read the summary, analyze whether or not you can, in a healthy way, intake the information without triggering, without any triggers, all right? So if the summary reads, gunman kills 19 kids at Texas elementary school, you can't take that in, just move on past it. Because although that sounds selfish, the first person that you have to worry about when it comes to mental health is you. All right. And then obviously watching audio and video can be very visceral. Seeing or hearing someone else suffering can take a toll on your own psyche. Okay. We don't want to do that. Next up, don't rewatch the same news reports. So if you've seen it once, you've seen all of them. There's no brand new coverage. You'll only hear this on Fox. You'll only hear this on CBS. Like it's not true. If you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. Keep it pushing. Refocus on your daily self-care practices. So never forget to take care of yourself. Okay, because the news is going to keep going. They're going to keep feeding you things, but remember to take care of yourself. And then lastly, volunteer your time or donate money, because we know volunteerism, although it's helping someone else, in a way it is kind of selfish, because we know it releases, there's been studies done that volunteerism releases endorphins. Donating money to a good cause releases endorphins. And it helps you focus on something other than the problem. You are becoming a solution. All right. So we'll quickly go over these 4 things one more time. So read summaries that don't involve pictures or videos. So again, first of all, read the news clipping, read the summary. If you can't take in that information without it triggering you, do not read the news article. Do not listen to it on TV. All right. Don't rewatch the same news report. Don't have CNN running in the background all day. Don't have Fox, HLN, whatever your flavor is, internet news. Don't have that stuff running in the background all day long, because unfortunately, majority of our news is negative information, and you're feeding your subconscious with negative energy, and you don't want to do that. All right. Refocus, right? Refocus is the key word here. Refocus. So from negative energy to positive energy, do the things, whether it's breathing exercises, whether it's meditating. For me, I like to meditate on scripture. That helps me a lot. Whatever it may be, whether it's looking in your mirror and giving yourself affirmation, whatever your practices is for self-care, you do that. And then again, volunteer your time, do something good for somebody else. So I hope this helps somebody. Yeah, I just hope it helps somebody. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to email us at therelationshipwisepodcast@gmail.com. Excuse me. And we will answer your emails live on a podcast episode. All right. Y'all be good.